Okay, so this is going to be a low production video. LPB. Low production. This is it. This is what you're getting. You're getting a squeaky marker, a little chalkboard. You are getting a baby in the background making beautiful baby sounds. Hopefully they're all beautiful. I don't know. I'm hoping. So yeah, did I show you this? I don't know. Yeah. See the sounds. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I studied to pass my CLEP exams. The first 5 that I passed. I do have one prop, and it's my notes. So from one of my CLEP exams. And who knows? Like after I take a few more tests, like I'll let you know how. I'll let you know what I changed and maybe create an updated video. So this is how I started trying to study for the CLEP exams. Okay. This is how I started before Modern States. Everything felt very vague. I went ahead and I tried using their official website. I looked around online and checked at different videos about CLEP exams and the official process. I also watched a couple testimonials of how people knew about CLEP and how they passed, but nobody was really mentioning Modern States specifically. They were talking about others like study tools and the credential process and all that stuff. I also went ahead and bought the official CLEP standard test book. It was purple. I remember that. Actually, I have it. Let me get it. So I went ahead and I bought this giant thing. Okay, this thing is thick. It is almost phone book big, if you know what a phone book is. It has some really good exams, like their practice exams, but I didn't really like understand how to do this on my own. I hate to admit that, because like now that I've gone through the process, like it's pretty straightforward. And maybe even do a separate video if anybody's interested in that, on how to actually use this book. So if that's interesting to you at all, could you like please put a comment down below and let me know, and if there's like enough interest in it, then I'll go ahead and do a video on that. I didn't know how to use it before, so it just kind of sat in my bookcase forever. So that was all before Modern States. I want to briefly just talk about Modern States and why it is such a great organization and something that you might be interested in. If you are someone that is looking to finish their college degree, and I'm talking about a bachelor's here, or even an associate's, then Modern States is for you. If you are also someone that is like 17, 18 range, and you want to get a head start with college, or trying to save as much money as you can for college, then the organization is also for you. Modern States is an organization that basically helps provide online resources and online courses for you to be able to study and test for a CLEP exam. So a CLEP exam is basically a competency-based education exam, and it is meant to cover all the requirements that that you need to know in order to pass a class. And by providing these resources to you, you are able to study on your own time and be able to bypass the 13-week class that you would typically do by doing it on your own. Maybe you can cover it in 2 months. Maybe it takes you more than 13 weeks, but you don't have the funds to take the college class, or
your schedule just doesn't allow you to take a college class because you have some kind of like third shift or whatever. So this is where Modern States comes in, because it still offers a economical and flexible option for you. Okay, so Modern States is an online platform. You sign up online, you select a course that you want to study on your own time. There are videos that you review and watch. There are PDFs provided. You pass a series of tests along the way, and at the end there's one final big test. And then after that's done, then you submit your results on the same platform. They will give you a voucher for you to take the CLEP exam. You will go more than likely a community college or CLEP testing center, and then you will take your test. It's typically a 90-minute test, and you pass that, and then you submit that to your college or university. You ask them to give you college credit for your test. After a few weeks, it gets approved. All the details about how this program works can be checked out in the links below. They also have AP exams, but that's a different topic. I haven't personally done that, so I can't speak about it, but I can tell you that a lot of people have done it. As far as myself, I've taken 5 CLEP exams, and I'm currently studying for another one. I have some experience with this process. It's been pretty straightforward. Modern States has been wonderful. I hope that you will give it a shot. Okay, I gotta run. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
After I found out about Modern States, I went ahead and I registered on the website. I looked through all the different options that were available, and I picked a couple of courses that looked good. So now this is the part that may be beneficial to you, may not, I don't know, it depends. I will say you don't have to do any of this. Okay, so I personally do a lot better at studying and remembering things if I write them down, even if it's momentarily. So for me, I knew it was important to print out as much as I could from the course as possible. So I have a good printer, and I buy like a case of paper like maybe once a year or once like every 2 years. So I don't go through enough paper, but I do for occasions like this. So I didn't want to have like reams of notes, because that just felt excessive. I took every PowerPoint slide section that was available, and then I converted them to a PDF. From that PDF, I went ahead and combined all of those PDFs into one giant PDF and annotated each slide so that each slide had a number so I could follow along. Because one of the downsides to doing this, to customizing this whole printout, is that there are no page numbers. So if you don't remember how you printed your stuff, you don't know if this slide is the one that goes after this slide or after this slide, because you were just printing at 11 o'clock at night and you're just trying to get this done. Another thing is that I printed 6 to a page when I could. Sometimes if the PDFs were very detailed, like where the writing was really small, then I had to do like 4 or even 2 to a page. But whenever I could, I would do 6 up, and I would do it double-sided. So that way, this is what I ended up with for the management class. I didn't have to have like this giant ream. I took all the slides and condensed them down to this. This is probably like an inch. Now I'm going to just walk you briefly over the next steps. So to recap, after I registered, I went ahead and I studied, and I basically didn't have a life for like the couple of months that I was studying for the test. So instead of watching a movie or streaming something online, a TV show, I was watching the courses. So while I was doing dishes, while I was taking a walk or jogging or going to the gym or driving, basically I kind of treated the course as like a podcast that I could rewind constantly and try to like remember as much as I could from it. The other thing that I did is that I took it very seriously. I did not look at these courses as these are free courses that somebody put together and there's a bajillion of them online. No. These professors are well regarded in their professions, and they took the time to put these slides together, knowing that their audience, the viewer, you, would be looking at them and what they felt would be the most beneficial so that you could pass the test, hopefully within the first try. So that's kind of how I saw the courses and the mentality behind the way I studied for the test. So the next step was I went ahead and I took the practice tests. Now, at the end of every section, there is a test to, check and see if you recalled the material that was just covered. Now, there's a lot that is on those tests that vary, but basically you're taking the same questions that are provided from the CLEP website. So if you remember that clunky book that I bought, those questions are part of that practice test that is at the end of every section, if that makes sense. So the questions shouldn't be different. They are the official practice questions. They should help you feel at ease that if you pass them, that you will be doing well in the exam. So after I passed all of the practice tests, there is a section that it asks you to submit a screenshot of your results, and after that you get approved for a voucher. Then at that point I was able to schedule for my test. In order to take my CLEP exam, I needed to schedule the exam at a CLEP approved testing center. One thing to keep in mind is that there might be a fee associated with that test. So if that is the case for you, Modern States offers the opportunity for you to get reimbursed for that fee. That is at the time of this recording. It might not be applicable in the future, so please keep that in mind. Another thing is that there are community colleges and organizations and locations that will do the test for free. There are very few. It's select. It's it might even have conditions. If not, then you are looking at being reimbursed by Modern States. So that's a really good thing that the organization has kind of taken that into consideration to reduce the amount of bumps that are in your way to take the test. So the last thing that I did is I did my best to the night before, sleep well, eat well, keep practicing, reviewing all of my notes that I took, and then when the time came, I got there early, I reviewed my notes up until the very last minute, and then I took the test. For the most part, I was always nervous at the very beginning, and then at the end, I felt secure in that I knew what I was doing. There was only a couple of tests in which I felt that I passed, but that I could have done better. Overall, I hope that this video was helpful. I made it to be as simple but casual as possible, and I just wanted to show you that it's not as hard as it's made to be. There's plenty of CLEP testing products out there, but they either cost a lot, or they're complicated, or they're behind some kind of paywall. I did find a few that were helpful, but overall, taking notes was the most effective study tool. There was, I believe, like a Princeton Review flashcard system. I'll see if I can find it and link it below. There was also a Metro Mix. If you have a library that offers their products, you might be able to get access to it for free. Not every library offers this, so it could be maybe your college library, but not your local library. So that's also something else that I found out after I started with Modern States. So, all right, that is my cue. I'll see you in the next video.